What's up? How did you guys enjoy that so far? Once again, thank you everybody for being here from the bottom of my heart. I'm very happy to see everybody join and remember him and celebrate him, and I am very thankful, and I'm sure his friends and his family are very thankful too. Just a little bit how the remainder of the night is going to go. So we have this auditorium until 10, so we have some guests that have signed up to speak. And I know there's plenty of other people in this audience who have stories of Cliff who would like to speak. So we will welcome you guys up during the open mic. We're going to have you check in with our friend Dave Bush over here. Canada Dave. If you know Canada Dave, please give it up for Canada Dave. That's pretty much everybody in this auditorium. So, also, I forgot, you guys are all invited, as long as you're 21 and up, to the Valley Inn immediately after the show to watch Backstabbeth and a special performance by Trauma. So we have a fun-filled night ahead of us. So, let's start it out. I would like to bring up a friend of mine. Hearing many stories from this man, I can honestly say that he was the best friend of Cliff Burton. And I'm very honored to say that he is a friend of mine as well too, Mr. Mike Burton. See my man. How was it watching Cliff them all up here?
Get a haircut.
A lot of memories.
Yeah?
A lot of memories. John Marshall, Fleming, Eddie Richard, all the people that put them on stage.
Which of the shows were you at that we saw on camera? Day on the Green?
Definitely.
Yeah.
The Day in the Green I watched with Jan and Ray. Went to the back of the thing to watch it because we just wanted to see them lose their shit. What? I don't want to.
It's a private conversation. Oh, there's 300 people here. My bad.
The second show, the Stone Show, they showed the dude anesthesia. The last time I heard about that was me on the backwards amp.
Was it so it wasn't going to blow out?
Because the first show, his amp kept shutting down on him. And the funniest thing to me about that show is I had Lars's wallet in my pocket because I didn't want to put it in the dressing room with Stone. So it was even big back then. We saw all the shows. They played Ruthie's and all of them. They took such good care of us when Faith No More was out. Touring in a van, and they were opening for Ozzy on those dates that you saw the auto film, and they took care of us and got us as drunk as we wanted to be, and gave us food, and they took care of us. It was family. It was family. So yeah, most of the shows.
When did you start jamming with Cliff?
The first
time you got jammed, right?
Yeah, we started learning instruments about 12 or 13 years old, and one day we just started playing together. He was ready. He was ready from the beginning.
Yeah, he volunteered. He picked up the bass because there was a song that inspired him, the TV show intro.
Ray talks about Barney Miller and stuff.
Yeah.
Even then he liked Geddy, and he liked Phil Lynott, and he liked Cassie thought Gene Simmons was cool as hell, he liked Geezer, everybody likes Geezer. So, the music was our life. I've said it every year, I come here every year to celebrate him. It hasn't changed, he's still the greatest bass player of our generation, and one of the greatest bass players of all time. I don't want to insult Geezer or Jack Bruce or Geddy, but he's one of the greatest there's ever been.
Yeah.
And he was always great. And a lot of us around him, we were all, we were all blessed blessed to,
Look at this man.
we're all super blessed and fortunate to be around him and,
Yeah.
and feel that greatness, but he was naturally, genuinely, stone-ass great, And I can't even see anybody out there, but how many people played with him in this room? Probably a whole bunch of people.
That's a question. How many people jam with Cliff here?
You're lucky. We're all lucky. How many people knew him? I mean, whoever raised their hands, you're lucky. We were all lucky. We witnessed greatness firsthand.
Yeah. And that was kind of the culture here in Castro Valley in the 70s and 80s. You guys all got together, jammed.
It wasn't a large scene.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, everybody kind of knew everybody else, and we all played. Everybody played, and it was kind of like going to gladiator school. I mean, you're either going to cut or be cut. You're either going to sort of fight or get slaughtered, and it's a good way to learn because you have to.
Yeah.
And if you don't, next. So I don't know what the question was.
We're just chatting about Cliff over here, honestly.
I mean, I feel a little bit like a jackass telling the same story every year, but
honestly, I think there's a couple new people here. The first year we had maybe 100 people, and now we have
Yeah,
300
it's true.
people here, and everybody watching on the live stream.
One thing that I noticed was that little clip before the clip almost started was his bass teacher. I know that the family really wanted to give him some respect. The kids these days, they give him his flowers or whatever. They wanted to make sure that he was known as a good influence. And we couldn't find him. I don't know how the hell they found him, but we tried to find him. We couldn't find him. So respect to Steve Doherty.
Steve Doherty, yes.
For sure.
Steve Doherty, thank you. Also in that same news segment was Robert Souza, who put in all the hard work to get Cliff.
He's the guy that did it, yeah.
He was the one who got Cliff for the actual holiday album.
He really did, yeah.
Robert, if you're watching a live stream, let's hear it for Robert. Thank you for the hard work, my man.
And the last of the Mohicans. There she is, Connie Burton.
Come join me over here, Mike.
Just wanted to give her some respect. That's all.
You're up there for a suntan, Mike.
An eyeball peel.
That's about it, huh? That is about it. It's a suntan. Hey, happy birthday to my brother Cliff.
Yeah!
Thank you, Mike, for being here, and thank you, Nicholas, so much for everything that you've done.
Absolutely.
I know you've been working your tail off.
A bit, not just me,
It's much appreciated by
a lot of people.
everybody, I'm sure. Yes.
Thank you much.
Thank you for everybody who has played a part in putting this all together for Cliff's birthday.
The light. We just look at Connie. It's easier when we look that way.
Shall I share?
This is your time to shine. You're always on the drums, dude.
Okay, should I share my story?
That's the photo you wanted us to show, correct?
Yeah. That's for the first story that I want to tell.
Please tell that first story.
But first of all, I want to know, because I'm going to share two stories. And did Jamie Barnes make it here?
Jamie was here.
He was? But he's not now. Okay.
He's here, he's just keeping quiet.
Oh, because he said he might share, but he didn't know if he could be here. Okay. This is surreal. I haven't watched the movie for years. I haven't had the opportunity. So, it's really awesome to see my brother in action again. He most definitely was one of the best lead bass players in the world.
That's right. Yeah!
One of the best, yes. And I'd like to share a story since this is his birthday. And this picture goes along with it. I picked this picture out. It's the story of my brother and his tattoo. And I just kept getting this feeling that he wanted me to clear this up since I'm the only one left in the family. So I do know some truths about Cliff and about the family, and Anyway, Cliff and his tattoo, when he when he first went to get the tattoo, he was looking at skulls.
I just wanted to show you.
He was listening to the Misfits. He listened to Glenn Danzig, and he took pieces of his composition and musicianship and incorporated it into his own original creation. But he did take a lot of pieces and riffs and such like that from Danzig. So he went out, he wanted a tattoo. He wanted a skull. And he came back with this Misfits tattoo. And I was stunned. And I asked Cliff, why on earth, out of all the tattoos in the world, did you get that tattoo? I mean, you're not a Satanist, you're not into Satanism, you haven't even read the Satanic Bible, and here you're sporting this tattoo that's totally satanic, right? Well, why did you get that tattoo, Cliff? And he said, look, honey, and this was my brother, all the way through since he was born. He was like this, his originality, right? Was very, very dear and passionate in Cliff. And he said, I wanted a tattoo that was different from all of the rest. And all the tattoos look the same. And they all look the same. And I wanted something different. And he had the album, you know, a couple of albums in his room that he used to listen to. So he decided on the Misfits tattoo. And I said, Cliff, don't you understand that that's from the satanic religion? You're not of the satanic religion. And Cliff said, I wanted something different. I didn't want a skull that looked like everybody else's skull. And yes, Mike, thank you. I love you. Mike just showed me a ring of clothes.
Can I add something to your story? Black Sabbath. They said the same thing about them from the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
It is entertaining, and
There you go.
it's part of who Cliff, from birth, grew up to be the man that he was. And I was going to share this other story, but Jamie's not here, so I won't go on that one.
Well, we could share it at the bar. He'll be there.
Oh, he'll be there?
Yeah, it's his bar. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Well, you had a story about Cliff's amplifier that you said you were going to share with us today.
The amplifier.
The amplifier that Cliff built himself.
That he built himself. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All
please
right.
share that
Want me to
story.
share that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. When Cliff first started out, well, you know, I'd like to share this first of all, since Mike's sitting up here. I used to take Cliff to Mike's house at least 4 times a week. Please, Connie, will you drive me? Because Mike lives on this hill that was like straight up. And he said, please give me a ride. We need to practice. And if Mike wasn't at our house, Cliff was at his house. And that was from what I can remember him starting to ask me for rides was when he was 13, 14 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, the first place we ever played, was the question you asked, the first place we ever played was on your back porch. Was it Emerald or Emerald Court?
Yeah, Emerald Court.
It was on your back porch.
Yeah.
It was the first place. And I told the story at the Metallica 30, at the Fillmore, and we played Gene Genie, and we played You Really Got Me. And we played it over and 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 over again.
and over again.
That's all we do. But I mean, we'd only been playing for a couple of months at that point. I mean, he was ready to go. And yeah, when we were done playing, your back porch off to the right, if you're looking out to your backyard, off to the right, there's these two little girls on the fence, and they gave a quarter. You guys are great, we love you. Here's a quarter. And then they were, we're 13, they're maybe 6.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
little kids, man. So
It was awesome.
we played at your place a lot, and we
Yeah.
tortured my neighbors a lot too.
Yeah. And I remember the time.
Then we graduated, we went out to, sorry to interrupt, then we graduated, we went out to Judge Burton.
Yeah.
And then it was
Judge
on.
Burton.
Then it was on.